The Santa Cruz Police Memorial, a salute to Officers Butler and Baker.
A memorial so big it was moved 30 miles away up to San Jose, but as we speak, the love starts right here at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk as thousands gather for the procession to begin for two fallen officers killed in the line of duty last Tuesday, February 26th. The day will live in infamy on the Central Coast, and today a special edition of Central Coast News to remember the lives of Detective Sergeant Butch Baker and Detective Elizabeth Butler.
That's right. Both leave behind children, a family, and a community deeply touched by their years of service. We have reporters live throughout the procession from the start to the finish. And during the procession, we're going to be checking in with also retired Monterey County Sheriff Commander Mike Richards, joining us here to give us insight on the huge procession, the public memorial. So, Mike, thanks for being with us this morning and throughout the afternoon.
Oh, thank you. It's good to be here, even considering the solemn occasion that it is.
And I know we're going to talk more about it, but you've been involved in events like these before.
Yes, I have.
All right, Mike, thanks. So stick around. Meantime, we want to begin our coverage right now with Central Coast News reporter Brett Martin this morning, who joins us at the boardwalk. And Brett, we know many preparations are underway right now for the procession set to begin in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, Mark, they've already got the call. They told to start their engines. They're ready to go now. I know I spoke with Deputy Chief Clark earlier, and he's already said he's headed out now. They started gathering this morning as early as 5 o'clock. Monterey County Sheriff's Department were actually the first ones here that I was able to see, as well as I've seen Capitola, Watsonville, CHP, even somebody from Sunnyvale Police Department here just to pay their respects. The buses that you see, those are the families of officers that weren't able to make the ride up there. And then as well as you'll see limos that are going to come through with the families of the two fallen officers. While they're doing that, officers will be at stand of attention next to their vehicles until the family comes through. We've seen the fire department, they're here, EMTs, different things like that. Also, Deputy Chief Clark told me that today is a day that's much needed. They are ready to move on now, and now it's just to show the love to these two officers. He said words can't even express how much they meant to the police department, and now this is the day for them to pay their respects. I'm told that alone locally there were 200 vehicles from different public safety, like I mentioned, police, fire department, EMTs, different things like that. Members of the community have lined the streets, all sorts of things. It's hard to put into words what it means, what it feels like right now. Just a lot of love in the air, Mark.
Oh, sure. And you know, it's a good reminder. We've been talking about it for the past week, but for people up there in Santa Cruz County and beyond, as it moves through, that this is what it's all about. You're going to see it. There are going to be those rolling closures. We'll talk about that in a moment.
So let's talk more about the procession, which begins on 3rd Street. Then it's going to travel to Riverside Avenue. From there, it goes to San Lorenzo Boulevard, up to Ocean Street north. From Ocean Street, it's going to go to Highway 17 and then travel through 85 south to Highway 87 north. From Highway 87 north, it goes to the heart of San Jose to Julian Street, west to Autumn Street south, and from there it enters the HP Pavilion.
Central Coast News reporter Brianna Berman-Solo is live on Highway 17 at the Granite Creek Road overpass in Scotts Valley, and that's where the procession will be making its way through. And Brianna, we see there's lots of people there joining you there on the overpass.
That's right. Well, about a half an hour ago, there was just a few people. Now we have a big crowd out here on the overpass. Traffic is clear right now, but pretty soon the procession will reach us here on Highway 17. I want to introduce to you Debbie Seamson from Baymont Christian Middle School. They've made signs. You can see signs, balloons, flags. I don't know if you can see actually people on ladders to see over the overpass. Debbie, thank you so much for joining us with your students. Tell us what you're doing out here today.
Our student council wanted to honor the fallen victims, and so they made signs that say honor and remember, and obviously we'll be praying often for everybody involved.
All right, and we also have a couple of the middle schoolers here. There's a lot of you guys out here. What does this mean for you to be out and show your support?
Well, it just means a lot because a lot of things happen that we don't have control over, and I feel just really helpless, and I want to help. So this just helps me put my mark on stuff and be able to say I was part of that.
And hopefully you'll have this memory to last forever.
Yeah.
What would you want your students to take away from this?
I'd like them to take away that you can support people that are hurting. you can make a difference.
All right, thank you so much, Debbie, and to you guys. We'll be out here live this morning, waiting for the procession to reach us here on Highway 17. Mark and Jazz, will send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Brianna. And I'm sure those crowds are going to continue to grow as the procession gets closer to where she's at on the overpass there in Scotts Valley.
This is a live look this morning from the air of the procession as it is ready to leave the beach boardwalk there in Santa Cruz. You can see how long this is. So this will soon go through the city of Santa Cruz, up Highway 17 to Highway 85, and the line goes on. Look at that right now.
It's just such... You know, it's touching to see the law enforcement community, the family, come together. And that's what the Santa Cruz Police Department said. If we can bring in retired Commander Mike Richards here, Mike, to talk about the family aspect. About 92 officers with the Santa Cruz Police Department. You know everyone. And coming from your experience with the Monterey County Sheriff's Department, you know everyone personally.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, the families are the important thing. They know that every time their loved one goes to work, there's a possibility they might not come home, and that's hard to deal with.
A reality, yeah.
And the support from other officers and the family members is really crucial, and it's very important.
All right, let's go to Central Coast News reporter Jacqueline Tuala. She's joining us in Santa Cruz at Barson Street and Ocean, where roads will be closed off. Jacqueline, any activity yet? I mean, I know we just saw the procession. It was still on standby there just down the road from you.
Yes, just down the road. We're here, as you said, Ocean and Barson, where parking is blocked off. There's already a crowd gathered behind me. Take a look at these folks. They said that they would not miss this moment for the world. And you can see that all the parking's blocked off here. You can see on the other side of the street here on Ocean, there's also some people gathered across the street. We're going to take you to there just one moment here. You can see some of these people just kind of anticipating this big moment. But right now, I do want to bring in Fran Stuckel. She's out here. She's been out here for actually quite a while now. And Fran says that she just did not want to miss out on this. Fran, talk to us about why this was such a special moment for you to experience today.
Well, I've been in Santa Cruz many years. I retired here after having a business over the hill, and it's just nice to know that we have protection and people really care about our community, and this was such a shock, and I was touched by this. We've had a lot of crime in our West Side area, and I know that this procession, I just wouldn't miss it. I've always been patriotic. I used to own a drum corps, and we always dressed in red, white, and blue. I never miss a parade, and I would not miss this.
Okay, Fran, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Back to you.
All right, thanks,
Jacqueline, thanks.
It's, you know, the strangers who are turning out to be a part of this, to help just offer their support. We want to take a live look from the air now over the procession right before it begins there at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, the line of officers. This is what's going to happen. The line of vehicles proceeding from the funeral home or just the place of where they're going to start this off. You're going to have a suggested order of the vehicles here, and maybe Commander Richards, you can speak more to this. You have the motorcycle escort, then you're going to have the funeral director, or in this case, chief of police, followed by the pallbearers, family limos, the buses, the dignitaries, even the governor expected to show up at the HP Pavilion today to lend his support, his encouragement just for the department to do their job and to do a job so well. You're going to have the mayor, Congress members, possibly council members, county commissioners, senior officers. So the entire procession from Santa Cruz as it makes its way to San Jose will be full of city, county leaders, and of course the family.
All right, you see the aerial view. Let's go down to the ground with our reporter, Brett Martin. He has been there since early this morning, checking in on the procession as it gets ready to leave. It's now 8:45, so this is the scheduled start time. Brett, let's check in with you.
Yeah, Mark, everybody seems to be getting ready now. A line of CHP motorcade just pulled up next to me. Looks like they've gotten the nod to get ready to go. People are starting to kind of settle back in. I want to tell you that I did speak with Deputy Skyline, and she said that it will start with CHP, then Santa Cruz, then the family, then the police, then the buses, then the fire departments as we go through the city and then up Highway 17. So now it does look like we didn't start right on time, but I want to show you, and I'm going to step behind you and let you just look at these blue lights flashing. This is what I've been known to call a sea of blue, and it's just something that it's overwhelming to see just how many people are down here, the flags flying, as well as up the road you can see just the community coming out, lining the bridges, lining the road and the river, different things like that. I did notice that there was also some people here in the community wearing a blue ribbon that also holds with a sticker that has the 2 badge numbers as well as the Santa Cruz seal, just to show their respects here in Santa Cruz as the procession gets underway.
All right, and back to this live aerial footage of the procession as it is about to begin. We're told any minute now. The Santa Cruz Fire Department, the Santa Cruz Police Department, you have the Santa Cruz County Sheriff's Office, you're going to have the EMTs there, county and city leaders, as I mentioned. In regard